Remember when Dead or Alive burst into the scene in the late 90s? It was revolutionary. We had fluid combat, memorable characters, and let's be honest here, a certain level of eye candy that made it stand out. If you know, you know. Okay, let me shut up. But anyway, the game was a pioneer for some of the fighting games that was coming up in the scene. It had fun modes and innovative gameplay mechanics. DOA was not just about like the fights and all, it was more about the characters that had personality too. But Lord have mercy Jesus, will we fast forward today? And what do we have? A series that feels like it's just lost its way. Matter of fact, it's done, to be honest with you. Enter Dead or Alive 6, aka the game that basically effed everything up. I mean, where do I even begin with it? You know, people already had their high hopes about the game after DOA 5 brought back its former glory, but DOA 6 felt like a step backward. Like the graphics it looked pretty. It had the girls glistening, alright? You know, a little too much for my taste. But that's about it. You know, the flashy visuals couldn't hide the stripped down content. And speaking of content, they literally, okay, they didn't remove the story mode specifically, but the story mode low-key didn't even make sense like that, and didn't even reach my level of like expectations. And don't even get me started with the microtransactions. Like the absurd amount of microtransactions this game have is literally insane. Paying full price for a game only to have it shell out extra costumes? Like, that's a slap in the face. And don't even get me started with a total price. Like, bro, $2,000, boy, you got me effed up. Like, the community response was like watching a slow motion train wreck that felt people betrayed, especially with the lack of content that we still have today. Like, they just stopped. They even said it themselves that they ain't gonna do no more content. So basically, Dead or Alive is literally dead. Like, with this content, like, for real, like, people were vocal about how the game seemed to cater more to like corporate greed than to the actual players. You know, the game basically incentivized pay to win mechanics with purchasable moves and character unlocks, which is not what the fighting game community stands for. And don't even get me started with the lack of characters that was even like, I won't say they had to be unlocked or anything like that, but the fact that them characters have yet to be revealed and it was just missing pieces of the freaking menu screen, that shit was crazy. Like, it's a lot of hidden like people behind the freaking menu screen. There could have been characters that had been up there or something. The fact that they just stopped the content like that, and we don't even know if those characters up under those lock screens in the freaking menu screen, that don't make no sense. It's evident that the developers just dropped the ball on multiple opportunities to innovate. You know, DOA has like such a rich world with diverse characters like ninjas, Chinese girls, girls that do martial arts, country people, a bald black crazy man that wears suits and be fresh as hell. Like, they could have like dug deeper into their backstories like they did on the other games and given us like a more fulfilling narrative. Instead, focusing on online stability, don't get me started with that, and competitive balance, which, let's be real, DOA 6 totally messed up with that. They concentrated on gimmicks and flashy visuals. Like, it's just all style with no substance. Like, look at other franchises like Tekken or even Street Fighter. Like, these games have evolved. Sure, they went through some downsides over the years and everything, but you know, they kept up with the community and feedback and continuously brought out fresh content. DOA 6's failure to adapt leaves us in the dust though. It's like a little kid who refuses to grow up, even as his peers move on to bigger and better things. Like, it don't make no god thing sense of how DOA just did they folks like that. Man, y'all should be ashamed. Y'all should be ashamed. The absence, the betrayal,
the deception, the betrayal, man. You deceived me.
Calm down. I'm an FBI agent. I was uncovering a
Negro, please.
Dead or Alive had the potential to be one of the most top fighting game franchises, but with the lack of content to this day, greedy practices, and missed opportunities, it's hard to see a bright future for DOA. What a risk worth it? Absolutely not. If the developers want to revive this beloved series, they need to listen to the community. Bring back what made DOA great in the first place. Fun, engaging, and just all out heart and soul and passion y'all put into the previous games. Well, there you have it. I wouldn't call this a rant. It's more like just me just explaining like the downfall of DOA 6 a little bit. But what do y'all think? Are y'all still clinging on to hope for this damn series? Drop a comment below and let's get this discussion going.